All right, now we're good to go. All right, time for the cold start. All right, so we're back, kind of in the back 40 here a little bit. You can see the tires are kind of packed up with snow. It's not super deep by any stretch of the imagination, but this is what we get out here in Pennsylvania. You can see the truck has made it out here without any issues whatsoever, and I really should have brought my boots because now my feet are starting to get full of snow. But I think it looks absolutely awesome out here in the snow, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun, just kind of rip around here and just kind of get an idea of how well these tires do in the snow. And if you have to do a little bit of moderate off-roading in the snow around your property and you have these tires, now you're gonna kind of see how they react with the Ram Rebel. All right, so this is a snowy hill, and I know it probably doesn't look all that steep on camera, but definitely is a little steep. And we're spinning out here quite a bit. Let's try to get a good line here. If you don't have momentum, it's always a little difficult. And we got traction control cutting us out. And we're gonna try to not hit the trees today. Throw my seatbelt on here so you don't have to hear that chime going off. So let's get a good run at it here. Get a little spin action, 4-wheel drive. Got our locker engaged, and we are chugging up the hill. It's making it. A little bit of side-to-side wheel action, and not a problem. A little bit of momentum goes a long way with these type of situations, and the BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s have no trouble at all getting you where you need to go in the snow, from what I've found so far. Especially, this is kind of more the extreme. I mean, there's places, like obviously I'm from Canada and we get some crazy snow. This is kind of like the smallest snowfall that we would have for a regular day up there, and you can definitely bury your vehicle in some of the stuff. But all in all, just going around and playing in the snow on some steep hills, I'm very impressed with these tires so far. They didn't dig down real bad, so we're not like kind of trying to bury the truck like I'm pretty sure the mud terrains would do. But yeah, I'm definitely happy I made it up the hill so far. All right, so we are using a new GoPro. This is the GoPro Max, and it does have some crazy wide views and all that kind of stuff. I'm still kind of playing with it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. We should switch back to the linear mode, or this has got this like super view or whatever it's called. All right, let's get up to this. And we're going sideways. That's all right. We didn't really have enough momentum that time. Let's try to stay away from the trees and try to stay away from hitting the building that's downhill. That would be rule number 1. So I gotta admit, buying a mud terrain probably wasn't the best choice for my personal needs. I do like the look of a mud tire. They do look more aggressive and all that kind of stuff, which was kind of the whole draw for me. And I'm like, well, no worries. This is a Rebel. It doesn't need to be quiet. It's a man's truck. It can have a little bit of road noise. It's a little dangerous shoveling snow in the middle of a busy road, but what are you gonna do? But after driving to the shore with it a few times, it definitely, you do notice the noise. It's not something that really bothered me, but it is something that did come up on camera, and obviously you guys in the comments said you did notice that as well. So now, I mean, you can see, I'll be quiet for a second. there's absolutely no tire noise whatsoever. Super happy with how well these handle on the road, and you have that off-road capability like you guys saw in that wet snow, but you don't have that trade-off where you have to have a real loud buzzy off-road tire, which I've found, especially in some of my friends that have had other brands. Some of them are so loud you can barely hear the guy next to you talk, and I mean, when you got to daily drive the thing, that can be a problem for some people. All right, so two-wheel drive, no locker. We got the hill assist on. Let's just kind of ease into our throttle a little bit. And off we go. We get into it a little bit. Gonna get a little bit of spinach, but seatbelt on here. Definitely no problem at all. And I mean, the last time I did it, it was a little bit colder, so we had a little bit more ice. But the Duratrax, they definitely wanted to spin. We needed pretty well four-wheel drive with the locker to be able to get up this exact same test. Now let's do a little braking. Slam on the brakes, we stop right away. Before, if you guys remember in that video, there was a whole lot of sliding going on, but yeah, probably slid, I don't know, maybe a foot, something like that, maybe 2 feet. Nothing too terrible whatsoever. So let's try it again from a little further down the hill, just for fun, and make sure that we got a little bit of a control for our test. Traction control is on, just kind of easing into the throttle. We spot a little bit at the beginning, and now we're walking up like nothing. Throttle in it, yeah, she'll spin definitely, but definitely doesn't have any problems getting up this hill, which is nice because, well, I have some not so great factory tires on my Cummins, and they spin like crazy. I need four-wheel drive. It's a dually, so it's really heavy. Four-wheel drive to get up this hill pretty much all winter long. So to have the all-terrains on the Rebel really kind of gives me a little bit of peace of mind, not having to fight this hill going sideways and all that kind of stuff that, well, you have to deal with when you live in the country in the wintertime sometimes. So go down one more time here, throw it in four-wheel drive, and this thing should be walking up like it's on pavement. Ooh, maybe we should throw it in drive. That might be a good idea. That might be a good plan. All right, so we're spirit acceleration. No problem at all. It's not even like we have the light flashing because we're getting a little bit of wheel slippage, but this thing's walking up like it's on pavement, and obviously when you're in the throttle, it's gonna want to spin. So we'll do it one more time, just kind of easing into it. I'm trying to make a little bit of slippery spots here to kind of give the tires a little bit of a challenge. If I spin it, make a little bit of ice. But, all right. Slow ease into the throttle, four-wheel drive, no wheel spin at all. 7 miles per hour, 8 miles per hour, 9. Just like we're on pavement. No problem whatsoever. All right, so let's put it in two-wheel drive, traction control off. See if we can have a little bit of fun. Put the axle lock on. See if we can get a little bit of fishtail action. Oh, that's fun. There's just so much stuff around here I don't want to actually spin out and run into, so gotta kind of be a little bit careful around here. It'd be nice if I had a big open field where I could just kind of let it rip, but still a little bit of fun that we have a private road. Have a little bit of fun on that they don't plow right away, because pretty much everything gets plowed out here and then it's dry pavement, and what fun is that? So there it is, everybody, our BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s in the snow on our Ram Rebel. Super impressed so far. Can't wait to be testing these out a little bit more in the kind of driving snow conditions on the highway and all that kind of good stuff, but we're gonna have to wait for the next storm. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and as always, keep that hammer down.